Oh, well, hello. Hi, come on in. Welcome to the Creel House. My name is Jamie Campbell-Bower. I play Henry Creel, Vecna. Whatever you want to call him, I don't care. We are in a place called Rome, Georgia. Very, very beautiful house.
It looks like a fairy tale.
As you can see here, this is a beautiful clock that you might recognize. Spooky to some, home to others.
This is nice.
Yeah.
Come with me. To be very quiet in here. Over there, they're doing some very important work. This is the dining room where Henry killed his family, basically. This season dressed up to be very beautiful, Technicolor, almost over the top, but at the same time, there's this sort of creepiness, realness to it. It's almost too perfect. Spooky times, come with me. And here we have the kitchen with all the treats for all my lovely children. My new playthings, God. Bye, thank you so much for all the delicious food. Look at that, pure lard, the level of detail. You don't get that on a student film. I mean, you might, not on my student films, you didn't. Nothing in the oven at the moment. Apart from a child, don't look in there. Let's continue the tour. We're coming through to my bedroom. Is anyone in here? Ah! This is Nell Fisher, who plays Holly Wheeler this season. Now say hi to everyone.
Hi.
Hi to everyone. She's great, she's amazing. We're gonna do a little tour of the bedroom. Oh, that's Jeff, my prawn.
Yeah.
That's my pet prawn.
We don't really like it. It gives us the creeps, and we think it's haunted.
It's definitely haunted.
That's basically the rundown of this place.
Well, but this is Henry Creel's bedroom. It's still dressed as it was from his childhood. This idea of him being able to recreate this perfect life that he wishes that he'd had. As you know, Henry's father, Victor, was in the army, and there is something fairly military about this. And I like the fact that this is placed in here. Because this is all in his mind, why wouldn't he repossess possessions of his father? And thus concludes the tour of Henry Creel's house. Actually, there's one more place I need to go to. Welcome back. We're going to continue our tour of Stranger Things sets.
Join me.
This is the basement of Hawkins Library. And as you can see, this is now the Upside Down. Do you remember this place? William. Come over here. We have eggs. These are my children. They're really gooey and they kind of give me the willies a bit. And all of this sort of mesh netting is all my sort of ectoplasm. That's what I'm gonna call it. And in this very set, we open season 5 with a young Will being dragged across the floor, and he comes up and he's sucked into this wall here. From the distance, over here, comes Vecna.
At long last, we can begin.
We then have another moment. In episode 6, I explained to Will that actually he has been my vessel the entire time.
You were my vessel.
When Will was sort of, let's call it possessed, that was me. I was doing that. It's really amazing and quite terrifying as well at the same time. But if you come with me, there's one more thing I would like to show you, which is where I began the journey this year as what we're referring to as Mr. Whatsit. It's Henry in his purest and most beautiful form, at least in his mind. This was the first thing that I shot on season 5, where Holly Wheeler is watching Nightmare on Elm Street 3 that was written by Frank Darabont, one of our directors this year. And she's down here, and Max is leading her through a memory because they need to figure out when Henry had first been watching her.
Hey, remember, just a memory.
This was my first day, bear in mind. Stood out here in the rain, and it was just like pouring down, and I'm watching Holly, but Max and Holly are also in there. Max comes up. I obviously don't see her because I'm in a separate memory, and she gives me the finger. Everyone swears at me this season. And then they go into another memory through the shelf that's in there. They push aside a bookshelf and they end up in a new memory. So that's it for this part of the tour. But if you come with me, we'll go find something else to see and I'll just chat some more shit. As you can see behind me, you might remember this space. We are in the lab.
Afternoon, Dr. Brenner.
Dr. Ellis?
I get so used to seeing vines now that I just imagine everything's in the upside down. You know, sticky, gooey, beautiful vines. Come with me. Open doors. Thank you. That doesn't normally happen, I promise you. This is obviously the Rainbow Room, where Eleven and Henry meet for the first time. All of these sets that we have here, we can pull walls out. When you were watching Eleven being dragged across the floor, a lot of these panels had just gone and the boys were pulling her and she was just strung up there. Same thing with Henry being yeeted across this room. I'm gonna jump over this wall. And look, here's one of the biggest bits of the vines of all, because this is where Henry thus became Vecna. When the vines weren't here, we had holes in the wall that we could pull a wire through, so when I was strung up and pinned against the wall, the whole thing just feels like such a dream. And what's back here? Someone's office, Brenner's office, probably. This is the mad thing about this show, is just like the utter dedication to detail. It's absolutely ridiculous how incredible they are. My focus gets crazy when I see big things and things that I don't know how to take in. Oh my God. This is the first time I've ever seen this. These I recognize. These I know. This feels like home. So this is the rooftop of the Hawkins lab, but it's all melting. Somebody's got a lot of cleaning up to do in here. This is intense. This is a byproduct of bringing two worlds together. This is apparently all just silicone that's just been poured. It's so big, it's gargantuan. You just get this feeling of everything being so massive this season. Feels like sort of gladiatorial pit. Do you think maybe in episode 8 there'll be like a fight between Vecna and a Demogorgon and all of the kids will be standing around here just kind of cheering on and throwing in $5 bills? Well, you know, whatever they think I'm worth, basically. That'd be sick. Apparently this is only one part of it. We're gonna keep exploring. God help my poor brain. Come along. So we're now in the hallways and the office spaces of the lab. Oh, wow. It's so cave-like, it's bizarre. So it looks wet, but it's obviously very hard. And apparently what they're gonna do is they're gonna put goo. They've called it goo. I know exactly what it is. It's KY lubricant. And I know that because I am covered in the stuff whenever I play Vecna. So they're gonna put a bunch of goo on this. It's gonna look even more wet and gooey and bizarre, and it already does. And if we just go up here, we can see some ceiling boogers. These are ceiling boogers. I remember playing a game called Half-Life, so it feels a bit like Half-Life for some reason, which was a sick game. Ceiling boogers, wall boogers, lubricant. All you need for a good time. It's been a pleasure walking you through Stranger Things sets. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. You take care, brush your hair.